Plaintiff Jerron Wesley says he put the defendant up in a hotel while her home was being treated for mold, and instead of thanking him with payment, she ghosted him. He's suing for $1,805. Defendant Crystal De La Cruz says she didn't want the hotel room since she had other places to stay, but he insisted. Now, because she said no to his unrequited love, all of a sudden, he wants to be paid back?
Jerron, you are, it says here, suing your ex-girlfriend, Crystal, for $1,805 for hotel expenses, food, and emotional distress. Go ahead, Jerron.
My girlfriend, Crystal, she needed help, and I got her in a hotel room, her and her baby, and she had mold in her apartment. And the agreement was she was going to pay me back as soon as the mold was removed from her apartment. Well, she ghosted me, and then she got back with her ex-boyfriend.
I was never his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So let's get that clear.
We've known each other for like 5 years.
Okay, so you've known each other for 5 years. Was it a romantic relationship at the beginning, or?
No, we were just really
friends.
good friends. We were good coworkers, and we worked really good as a team. We had great chemistry. And just like maybe 9-10 months ago, last November, we started to date. And she told me about the mold problem, and I offered, to help her. At first, I was going to move her into my apartment, but my roommate rejected it. He didn't want another person with a baby in the apartment.
Okay.
So I said, well, you want me to get you a hotel? She agreed. And the agreement was that she would reimburse me once she got back into her apartment.
How long did she stay in the hotel?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes.
He says you owe the money. What about that? Go ahead.
I do not owe him the money. I'm not his ex-girlfriend, and we dated. So that's the first thing.
Okay, so you did date, but you're not...
We did date. I do have a daughter, and he did get me the hotel. He was very adamant about getting me a hotel when I told him that there was mold in my apartment. I had a solution. I was going to my sister's house with my daughter, and we had everything figured out. He insisted on getting me a hotel. I told him, I said, no, I do not need the hotel because I can go to my sister's house.
Yeah.
It was only going to be for 2 weeks. No, Crystal, it's okay. I'll get you a hotel. Not only did he get me a hotel.
Your Honor, she's lying.
Excuse me, sir. Not only did he get me a hotel, he got me a hotel in Times Square. So I was like, uh-oh. I said no a few times. I don't need a hotel in Times Square.
Yeah.
So I took it. I did. He went there. He did go to see me. I even paid for dinner a night because I'm not that kind of person. I wasn't here to use him. We had been friends for 4 to 5 years.
Did you ever think to yourself, because this is not an uncommon kind of story,
Absolutely.
where the guy is more into the woman than the woman is into the guy?
Right.
So anything you say,
I told him from the beginning, listen, I'm having issues with my ex, the father of my child.
Oh, okay.
We knew each other for 4 years. I was very clear. You know what I mean? I told him, we can date. I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I'm already getting out of something. I'm focused on my daughter, and I'm not. So he kept pushing that, though.
Your Honor,
and we did go out, and we did go out, and I was very clear. I don't want a relationship. We can date. We can take things slow. S-L-O-W. Slow. Let's take it that way.
Okay.
And that was it.
what do you have to say about that?
I have some evidence, sir, that actually improves my case, because I have the bills here that I paid for, and she agreed to reimburse for these bills. Also, we were dating since
okay,
last...
time out. I see bills. Show me where it says she's going to reimburse you.
It was our agreement that she would reimburse me.
But you don't have any written proof of it.
I have some texts going back and forth between she and I.
Well, show me. That's what I'm asking you for.
I can show you the text on my phone, sir.
Well, let's see it.
We had a verbal agreement that she would
understand verbal, but I want to see something in print, which can be a text, where she says, "Thank you so much for doing this. I will pay you back."
I don't have it specifically saying that, no,
well,
but
no,
I do have texts
okay.
going back and forth.
You really cared for her, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Don't feel like you're way out of bounds on this. This is pretty common. Mm-hmm. You know, there's hardly a guy out there who is interested in women who at some point didn't have some relationship where, boy, you really wanted her. Because
he's obsessive. You wanted a relationship, you kept calling me and kept calling me and kept calling me, and I told you I needed time. Then you keep calling me like, who does that? You even calling me your ex-girlfriend. I was never your ex-girlfriend, and you continuously called me. How do you think that makes someone feel? Emotional distress? I got emotional distress. You brought me to a courtroom for $1,800 when I have a daughter. I have things to do. Face the facts. It's okay. You take a loss. You're human. I'm sure you'll find somebody. You're a nice guy. But don't call me your ex-girlfriend, and don't tell me that we made an agreement to pay $1,800, because we never did. And you know that. And you under oath.
That's not true. That's not true what she's saying, Your Honor.
Okay, you did encourage her to stay at the hotel.
She wanted to stay at the hotel. She said she didn't like her family. I knew her for a while. She didn't get along with her family.
I wasn't staying with my family. I went to go stay with my sister, which I told you, my sister said, Crystal, you can stay here with the baby. I had a solution.
She said she didn't like her sister.
Well, okay. You were really attracted to her. You liked her personality. She's a beautiful young woman and all that. So you were into her. And
she blocked me on her. She blocked me on social media and on her phone.
I would block you if you kept calling me.
I know how this goes. So you're saying to yourself, you know what? You are becoming very generous. Stay at the hotel. I got it. Come on, because you're thinking in the back of your mind that the nicer I am to her, the more things I do for her, that's kind of going to persuade her to forget this other guy, and you're going to look good in comparison.
Buy love.
That's your motive.
To be honest with you, sir, she told me it was a toxic relationship.
See, you're grabbing every item she says in a conversation, but that doesn't translate.
And she used me, and then she got back with her ex.
Loving you. She's telling you she doesn't love you. Doesn't mean, she can like you a lot. She says you're a good person.
I'm very happy, and I'm actually engaged now, and it's not toxic, and we figured it out. Sometimes you just need time.
I'm not saying, look, I don't know any of the people involved, so I'm not saying she's making right decision, wrong decision. I hope you're very happy.
Thank you.
But I'm saying when you're suing her for money on a hotel room, that you, at least 50% of it, wanted her to stay at that hotel. Because
sir, I was nice to her, but she agreed to pay me. She agreed to reimburse.
You never talked about me paying you because
we
you
did.
wanted me to be you wanted me to be with you so bad. That's all you were thinking about. Even when I told you I didn't want to be with you, I told you let's take it slow.
That's not
Why
true,
would you
Your
pick
Honor.
a hotel in Times Square out of every hotel?
Because it was during the pandemic and it was cheap.
Well, now we know he's cheap.
Well, clearly.
No,
clearly.
I'm playing with you. Okay, look. I'm not going to make fun of what your feelings or emotions were, but this is a relationship that wasn't going to work out. And if there was any inkling that she wanted to be with you, in a romantic relationship, you guys wouldn't be here. The fact is, she's with somebody else. That's hard to accept, and there's no legal reason she owes you the money, because this is a court of law. If you showed me a contract and said, I will pay on this date, or I'll pay as soon as I have the money, or a text that says, if you pay for this, I'll get it to you within the year. But there's no proof of that.
She
textually.
told me she did.
It's got to be more than that.
You keep saying she told me, she told me. I told you I was going to my sister's house. I never needed your money.
She couldn't stand her sister. She said she and her sister got into fights all the time.
So now you're just coming up with, no.
All right, the court has no evidence.
No.
The court has no evidence that the condition of you paying for that hotel was that she would have to pay you back. There's no evidence of that. I dismiss the suit.
Thank you. He's blocked on all social medias, blocked. Because he needs to go to therapy. I was never his ex-girlfriend. We dated, and now we're not even friends. So that's it, blocked. Thank you.
I honestly feel robbed by the situation, and real friends don't rob friends. So I feel like it was not a good relationship because I would have gotten reimbursed as we had promised because you're supposed to keep your word. I want my money.
Hey, YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.